everyone, I'm Danielle Claffey, partner with Kuck, Baxter Immigration here in Atlanta, and today I want to talk briefly about Mandamus Actions. What are Mandamus Actions? Well, essentially, it's a way to file a complaint in federal court to challenge or ask immigration, USCIS, the Department of Homeland Security, sometimes the U.S. Department of State, to issue a decision on an application that has been pending beyond what the posted processing times are. So oftentimes we'll have new clients that come in or ask us questions and they mention that their green card application or their naturalization application has been pending for a year and a half, 2 years. We've seen sometimes up to 3, 4, 5 years. What can they do about it? They have done InfoPass appointments. They've submitted inquiries by mail. They've gone to their local congressmen, their representatives, and yet nothing is happening. They're still not receiving decisions on these long pending applications. So the first thing I do is we vet the case very well. We look for any potential issues, problems that may come up, because the fact is getting a decision on an application means ultimately that immigration is going to go through the entire history of the file, everything behind the application, someone's entire immigration history. So that's the first thing, is to just really carefully vet it and make sure and explain to the potential client, we can definitely file this mandamus action. Here are the reasons why, but just understand we will be getting a decision. We want to get a positive decision. We want to get an approval of your green card. We want to get you scheduled for your naturalization application. So just make sure that you're telling us everything and that we're aware of everything, because what happens then is we file an initial complaint in federal court. And once we file that initial complaint in federal court, we put all of the allegations in there. It's called the pleadings, where we allege an application's been pending for such and such amount of time, this is how the person's eligible, and so on. And so once we file that, then the court will issue us a case number, and we serve all of the defendants with a copy of the lawsuit notifying USCIS, DHS, the FBI, whomever, that we're suing them in federal court because of their lack of action within their own agency. So once we serve the defendants with a copy of the lawsuit, they then have 60 days in order to respond to us and let us know what's actually going on with that application. So where this becomes so effective is rather than submitting inquiries and doing info passes where we don't have any defined period of time, there's no set deadline by which they have to respond or issue a decision. Instead, we're now in federal court where they have to comply with deadlines. It's court ordered, it's per federal court, per the judge, and so on. So normally, before the 60 days elapses, I almost always will get a call or an email from the Assistant U.S. Attorney, which is the attorney representing the government that we're suing, and they'll give me a call and say, hey, look, we're about to issue a decision, we're about to approve the application, we might need an updated medical exam, or we might need a latest tax return, whatever it may be, happy to provide it. Sure, we'll go ahead and provide that. And they may say, can you give us an extra 15, 30, 45 days? We're almost done with this. We're okay with that because we're working together with the government attorney toward a resolution of the case. So this is the reason why mandamus actions in federal court are so effective. It's essentially a means of finally expediting this long pending application to get a decision. So it can be a very effective means to get a decision and an approval on your green card. With respect to naturalization applications, what it does is there's 2 ways of filing for naturalization. If it's before you've been interviewed and it's just been pending again for a couple of years, it will get you your interview. It won't always get a decision because then that falls under a different section of federal law, but you will get your interview. So what I'll talk about in another video is then special types of petitions for those who have been interviewed on naturalization. But for now, again, this is just about mandamus actions. So if you have any questions, we can be reached at www.immigration.net. You can find more information about mandamus actions, or feel free to call or email me directly. Thank you.